Thanks for staying with us. And Bill O'Reilly. In a Weekdays at Bernie segment tonight, we asked the purveyor of BernardGoldberg.com to take a look at the network news coverage of the homicide cases in Oklahoma and now in Spokane, Washington. The factors analysis uncovered that ABC News did not mention either case on its nightly news broadcast, although they did mention it in the morning and on their Sunday show. With us now is Bernie Goldberg. Where are you, Bernie? I thought you were here, and you're not here. Where are you?
I am in North Carolina.
In North Carolina. Okay, good.
It's one of the 50 states. Though.
I know North Carolina well. I was at the Outer Banks last year. It's beautiful. Now, I'm surprised because ABC News, fairly aggressive, good investigative unit, Brian Ross, that they would not cover Oklahoma and Spokane in light of Trayvon Martin and all the controversy that's going on now with black-on-black crime, black-on-white crime, white-on-black, you know, all of this. Why do you think they didn't cover it?
Well, let me first say that makes one of us who's surprised, okay?
But I'm particularly ABC News, though. ABC.
Yeah, but it's part of a bigger picture. So let me do this my way, and then we can focus in.
Okay.
Look at it this way. If the Australian ball player were black, and if the 88-year-old World War II veteran who got a Purple Heart at Okinawa were black, and the thugs who killed both of them were white.
Riots in the street.
ABC News would have been all over that story, and the other networks would have had far more coverage than they did. But you know what the problem is, and you do know what the problem is. Liberal journalists don't feel comfortable with stories where the victims are white and the assailants are black. It doesn't fit the liberal narrative, the liberal storyline. I'll give you just one quick example. Let's say George Zimmerman, in the Trayvon Martin case, let's say George Zimmerman had tweeted a message saying he hates black people and then went on to kill Trayvon Martin. That would be proof, all the proof you need that he's a racist, and the media rightly would have been all over that. Yet one of the thugs in Oklahoma, allegedly, supposedly, I'm sure it's true, tweeted that he hates white people, okay? Have the media made a big deal out of that? No, because they're uncomfortable with that kind of bigotry.
There's also an age difference, though. The thugs involved in Oklahoma and in Spokane are teenagers, and Zimmerman was an adult. But that's not an excuse for not covering the story. See, look, I think what people don't understand is that the three network newscasts are still the flagship newscasts and set the tone for the whole organization. They only have 22 minutes. They have to prioritize what's important and what isn't. Now, in the morning, they have 2 hours. NBC has 4 hours. They're going to cover everything because they got to fill the time. Okay, and the Sunday shows are the Sunday shows. But when you make a decision not to cover, as ABC did, and I guess CBS didn't cover the Spokane thing over the weekend, which is unbelievable because it all ties in. This all ties in with the bigger picture of a collapse of a certain segment of our society, a rise of this brutality in this subculture, and it's like, we don't want to hear it. You're right. We don't want to hear it. It makes us uncomfortable. So we're not going to report it.
It makes them uncomfortable. Yeah. What really fascinates me, and you played in the beginning of the program a clip from MSNBC where they were talking about how white people or conservatives or whatever you want to call it.
Let me stop you there. Let me play the entire clip you're referring to.
Okay, good.
Go.
Good.
Chris Lane is getting absolutely lost in it, as is the issue of guns. But I want to go back just for a second to the Trayvon Martin case, because I think that is what spawned this sort of desire for revenge almost from people on the right. And Heather, you had people on the right.
He got off scot-free. What do they need revenge for? Joy, I don't understand.
Just for the fact that African Americans dared to be outraged about the Trayvon Martin case, about George Zimmerman not being arrested, there is a sense of vengeance on the other side.
All right. You say?
Okay. It's fascinating to me that African-American elites would be more indignant over what you say about the double standard in the media, in the civil rights industry, than they are with, I'll go down the list. They're more indignant over what you say than a 73% out-of-wedlock birth rate in black America, with too many black kids killing other black kids and too many of late killing white people. If anybody who's more indignant with what a commentator says on television than they are with the disturbing reality of what's going on in Black America. They are not serious people, and they shouldn't be taken seriously.
Yet the news divisions, you know, trot them out on a regular basis. And I'm not for censorship. I mean, I want to hear all points of view. But, you know, it is disturbing that it's hard to get through. And Combs actually made a good point. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. When he said, Black America's not going to listen to me because I've been demonized there. Okay, so they're not going to say, they're not going to tune in and say, you know, O'Reilly, he's trying to help us. He's trying to get to the root of the problem so we can solve it. They're not going to do that. They're going to listen to these other charlatans who run around patronizing them and making the situation far worse. And that's what they're doing. Last word.
No, absolutely. They're not going to listen to you or any other white person. And this is why the terrible tragedy of the Obama presidency. There is nobody better in the entire United States of America who could speak to Black America as well as Barack Obama could.
But he won't.
But he won't, and that is a tragedy. That is a major tragedy because it's that community that is so hurt by what's going on.
Well, the president has a speech on Wednesday, marking Dr. King's 50th, and let's see if he steps up and does what we suggest he should do.
Right.
Bernie, thank you.